Welcome to the module Chain of Thought as part of our AI Plus Basics series. Today we dedicate ourselves to one of the most powerful techniques in AI interaction. We will clarify how we force models to reveal their intermediate thought steps and how this simple method laid the foundation for the next generation of highly complex reasoning models. Often, large language models generate incorrect answers, not because they lack logical ability, but simply because they answer too fast. If you ask a model how many R's are in the word strawberry, it will frequently flub the task. The model tries to generate the solution in a single intuitive forward pass, essentially from the gut, instead of methodically analyzing the problem. The solution to this problem is so-called chain of thought prompting. Here, we explicitly ask the model to lay out its logical reasoning step by step before giving the final answer. If we instead tell the model, count the letters one by one and show your work, it usually nails the strawberry task. A groundbreaking research paper by Kojima et al. From 2022 proved that just the simple phrase, "let's think step by step," dramatically increases the accuracy of models. Why does this simple trick work? The physical reason is that we literally give the model room to think out loud. In transformers, reasoning happens within the generated tokens themselves. Every additional token the model spends explaining the problem means more compute is applied to the problem. The model calculates the solution by essentially thinking out loud, token by token. Chain of thought is not just a tool for performance enhancement, but also crucial for explainable AI, or XAI. It makes machine decisions transparent. In concepts like constitutional AI, where AI systems ethically evaluate other AIs, chain of thought is used extensively. The models must first write down why a certain statement violates the Constitution before issuing an ethical judgment. This makes machine evaluations comprehensible and verifiable for us humans. From this simple prompting technique, a completely new generation of models has emerged: Tier 5 reasoning models. Models like OpenAI O1 or DeepSeek R1 are designed so that extended thinking is baked directly into their training. What we previously had to force manually through prompts is now automated and has become a native feature of the base models. How do these new reasoning models work? Through reinforcement learning, they were trained to automatically generate tokens in a separate reasoning phase for every complex query. This reasoning process is sometimes visible to the user, but often remains hidden in the background. The AI debates with itself, checks alternatives, and discards flawed approaches before presenting the final, polished conclusion to the user. However, this profound way of thinking is not a universal panacea, but a specialized tool. Chain of thought and the new reasoning models excel at tasks that require strict logic. These include advanced mathematics, developing complex programming code, or strategic, multi-step planning tasks. Here, the additional use of tokens, and thus computational power, leads to exponentially better results. Interestingly, however, there are areas where this extended thinking hurts. Research shows that performance on simple, straightforward tasks can drop by up to 36% when forced to over-reason. Much like a human who overthinks a simple routine task and makes mistakes as a result, the AI can also stumble. For pure creative writing, simple fact retrieval, or quick summaries, you should specifically bypass chain of thought and deep reasoning. In summary, logic in language models scales with the computational power we grant them during answer generation. If you give models room to think, you get well-founded judgments instead of quick estimates. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you in the next module.